you've got clairvoyance. So now you're having these very strong dreams, like powerful, intense, detailed dreams. You're having visions while you're awake. Clairaudience, like you can literally hear their voice in your head as you're falling asleep or you're going about your day. You can just hear them talking to you. This also lines up with clairintellect, where you are having this telepathic connection with them. Like you can feel them when they're calling you, even if you didn't know they were calling you. You're in another room and they're calling your phone, and you just hear, "I'm calling you," or you feel it. You just feel this instance where you're like, "I wonder what Twin's doing right now." And then you go and you look and you see your phone. You're probably not calling the twin. I'm just using that as an example. I don't know your person's name, but you go and you look and you see that they're calling the phone, like right at that moment, or they end up calling right at that moment that you were just thinking. Divinity herself. Peace, Divinity. Thanks for tuning in to the Oracle Astrologer. I'm your host, Tia Tiara, the Oracle Coach. So I told you guys that I was going to be doing some signs that you know that you are a twin flame, and some signs that you know that someone is your twin flame. So here goes. Now I just want to start out by saying that twin flames can also be non-romantic. They're not always going to be this romance divine counterpart. Oh, when is my twin going to find me so we can get married, and when are they going to make their way back to me so that we can be together and be in union? Your twin flame could literally be your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, your cousin. It could be your best friend. Any of those things. Twin flame follows you throughout the duration of your soul's journey. And that's a whole nother deep level that I would have to go into in order for you to understand how souls work. And I'm not going to go too deep into that. But your twin flame could literally be a past life lover that you decide to do a contract with to come back into this life and decide to do parenting with. Or they could be your child, and that's what you decided to do so that you could heal something within that bond. What I will say is that it doesn't have to be that way. It can be romantic, and they could definitely be your divine counterpart in a person that you're supposed to come together with, merge together with, heal individually on your path, and come together to help to heal the path and journey of your soul tribe. It's a very deep and intricate relationship. So there's a lot more to it, and I'll do different chapters and episodes on this so that you can learn as you go about what this dynamic looks like in all types of different intricate details. But there's so many that I can't just sit in one session and give it all to you. I'll be sitting here all day. What is my qualification to even be talking about this? A bit to know about me. I am a hypnotherapist, so I am able to do past life regressions and channel into those past lives and Akashic records for you if you're interested, or if you just wanted to know who am I to be talking about this soul journey and what do I know. There's a lot of small details to past life soul traveling, so I'm not going to get into all of that today, but I am going to talk to you about 5 signs you know that you are a twin flame. So here goes. Sign number 1. Interesting childhood phenomenons and experiences. So a lot of us probably had imaginary friends, right? No. Okay, well, that's the first sign that you're not a twin flame if you didn't have imaginary friends. But if you did, then one thing that's a sign that you're a twin flame is that you had one particular partner who probably was, very close to you, and you may not have known this person in real life, or if you happen to be like one of the most peculiar people in the world who has known their twin flame since they were children, then you knew them, went to school with them, or had some type of connection with them as a child, and you used to see them and feel them even when you were away from them. Now, if you're one of many of us, then you just had this peculiar instance where you were always with someone. You always had someone with you who was sharing thoughts with you, feelings, experiences, guiding you through your day, seemingly like almost like a guardian angel, right? And a lot of us probably believe that we had a guardian angel, and really it was our twin flame. Now, when you meet your twin, you might have had a conversation with your twin where you are identifying certain things that you experienced as a child that they also experienced. Like me and my twin, we have this similar experience of like a particular song that I used to sing, and I would like cry, and I would just like not know why I was crying about this song. Like, who am I singing to? And I was like 6, so I didn't know, but my twin had a similar experience with the same exact song, and like it was almost like we were channeling through this song through like a TV screen, like really weird, similar stuff. But that's just something that you might experience something similar to that, or you have some similar experiences where you're like, I happened to see the moon on this particular night, and the moon was like, it was like 3 moons. Like, I'm just being exaggeratory with that, but you might have had similar dreams as a child, like recurring dreams that kept happening, and your twin had the same kind of recurring dream. You're like, how are you having the same dream as me? Sign that you're a twin flame number 2. Feeling all the feels. So you may have had instances throughout your life. Now, I'm not going to go too deep into this because you probably don't even remember times where you're feeling sick or you're feeling something and there's nothing that you can attribute it to. You have no idea where this is coming from. You have no idea why you're craving that when you don't like it. You have no idea why all of a sudden you don't like that when you loved it and you're not pregnant. Tons of different instances, and you're wondering what the heck, but you probably don't remember now, so I'm not going to get too deep into that piece of it. What I am going to say is after you met your twin, you probably started noticing it. You started noticing how you're having cravings and you're like, dang, why did I want White Castle today? I don't even like White Castle, but I'm going to go get some White Castle and feed this urge. And all of a sudden you're talking to your twin and you're like, oh, I just was eating White Castle. And you were probably like, what the heck am I craving what they're craving for? Like, maybe you were just feeling really sick one morning and you're just like, why am I so sick? What's wrong with me? Oh my gosh, this feels so terrible, awful. Then you talk to your twin and they're like, I'm hungover, I was drinking last night. Things like that. So you're just feeling all the feels. You're smelling their cologne when they're not around. You're smelling their perfume, their favorite lotion. You can smell them through a screen. You can smell them for ages. I'm clairalien, so I can smell my mom all the time. Like I can smell her on one of her shirts that she gave me, and I'm pretty sure nobody else can smell. I've washed that shirt 1,000,001 times. There's no way it still smells like her in real life. It's just I can still smell her scent on it because I'm what's called clairalien, which is psychic smelling. Now, you start to develop all of these types of symptoms with your twin, and you may not have them at any other time. You may have every last 9 clairsense there is with your twin and not have it anywhere else. That's a big sign. You've never had clairsentience or clairsenses at all before meeting your twin. Then all of a sudden you meet your twin and now you're having all 9 of them. Let me explain. So you've got clairvoyance. So now you're having these very strong dreams, like powerful, intense, detailed dreams. You're having visions while you're awake. Clairaudience, like you can literally hear their voice in your head as you're falling asleep or you're going about your day. You can just hear them talking to you. This also lines up with clairintellect, where you are having this telepathic connection with them. Like you can feel them when they're calling you, even if you didn't know they were calling you. You're in another room and they're calling your phone and you just hear, I'm calling you, or you feel it. You just feel this instance where you're like, I wonder what twin's doing right now. And then you go and you look and you see your phone. You're probably not calling them twin. I'm just using that as an example. I don't know your person's name, but you go and you look and you see that they're calling the phone like right at that moment, or they end up calling right at that moment that you were just thinking, I wonder what they were doing. That's just an example of clairintellect. And let me just say, by no means does that mean that everyone is your twin flame, because you definitely just may have these clairsenses, and now I'm putting you on game of what they are. But if you met your twin and all of a sudden, that might be a big sign. Okay, what's another one? Claircognizance, which is psychic knowing, where you're all of a sudden you're able to just get these major downloads, and you're knowing things about your twin that you wouldn't have known. And maybe you can just seem to read them, and maybe you're not a reader, someone who reads energy, but you can just seem to read them and know what it is they feel. You are an empath all of a sudden when it comes to your twin. Clairempathy, which is psychic emotional feeling. Then you've got clairsentience, which is psychic physical feeling. And so it's psychic physical feeling, and clairsentience, that's where you start to be able to feel things in your body that they're feeling, their sensations. You can smell, if they smoke cigarettes, you definitely probably can smell it a lot. So then we go into clairalience, psychic smelling. You can smell them. Psychic tasting, which is clairgustance. You are tasting something that you haven't ate in a while, or something you don't even like eating, and you're like, why the heck am I tasting that? Or like I said, you having a taste for something, or you all of a sudden don't like how something tastes because you're interchanging with your twin in such a way. And then you've got clairtangency, where you can experience like touching something and pick up on your twin. So you might have something of theirs, and if you touch it, like I was saying about the shirt of my mom's, and I can just smell her. Like you might have like a shirt, or you might have something of theirs like that they created, and you can tap into the time when they created it, or you can smell them, or you can feel them, and it's like they're touching you. You just called in their presence. How to know you're a twin flame, number 3. So this is probably the one we've all been waiting for. Signs and synchronicities. So one of the signs that you are probably a twin flame, when you meet your twin flame, all of a sudden you're seeing all these signs and synchronicities. Or even when it's getting close to meeting your twin, you start all of a sudden you're seeing 1111 everywhere, 1212, all these mirrored numbers, 1221, 222, 333, 111, and you're like, what the crazy? The thing is, it'll be very specific type of signs that are popping up. Like you seeing 2 bunnies everywhere. You're seeing 2 fishes happen to be swimming together. You've never seen anything like this day in your life. I'm not saying it never happens, but you're like, I've never witnessed that. Like all of a sudden now I'm seeing fish swimming together holding hands. Like what? Phenomenons just light up when you meet your twin, or when you're getting close to meeting them. So you're just kind of like, what's going on? You're seeing these symbols everywhere. You're seeing stuff on billboards and signs that say twin. Meet your twin, meet your soulmate, meet your love. You're seeing their name in places. And you want to know something else? If they have a unique name, that's even crazier. Just know, like, you're seeing their unique name in places that you've never seen it before. You've never even heard of that name before. And now all of a sudden, what? Now this is someone's first name. What? Or now you're seeing on a billboard as the name of a business. Like, it's not even a regular name, but you're seeing it everywhere. So those are just some signs. And even if their name is not unique, you're seeing their name everywhere all of a sudden, and you've never seen their name everywhere all of a sudden before. Yeah, it's kind of creepy, right? Yeah, no, it's kind of synchronistic. That's what it is. So that's a big sign that that's your twin flame, that you're getting those types of signs, or, things are happening. But you want to also combine that with the other signs. Signs that you're a twin flame number 4. Number 4 is the other one that you probably all been waiting for. Ascension symptoms instantly and very strong and heavy. You might have never experienced ascension symptoms before in your life, or you may have, but you never experienced them as strong as when you met your twin flame. It's like all of a sudden there's this turbulence and everything is going topsy-turvy, rocky-roady. Now, if you're anywhere near stuff that's not beneficial for your spiritual journey, that stuff's going to start getting uprooted quick, and it's going to hurt. It's going to be like as if someone was doing, like there was weeds in your hair and in your scalp, like how your hair is, and they were just going. Just saying. I mean, it gets really, it starts to push and propel you towards going in a direction that you need to go in, and if you're resistant, then it's going to hurt. So another sign of the ascension symptoms is the fact that when you are going the right way, everything's going the right way. I mean, everything. It is abundance galore. You're like, whoa, everything's picking up speed. Everything's working out fast. Your money's flowing in. Your abundance flowing in. Your prosperity's flowing in. Your business is successful. Your relationships are prospering. Everything's going good. The only things that don't go good are the things that are not meant to go good. And that's the thing about having that dynamic be so close. Now, if you're someone who got a chance to spend some time being with your twin flame and things were good and you were going the same direction, the same pathway, then you'll notice that, oh, okay, everything's going so great. I've got all my fulfillment coming in. The energy flow is amazing. Chakras all balanced. Kundalini rising. It's just all good in the hood, all right? You know what I'm saying? But you're going in a good direction. You feeling all types of victory. You feel like a whole new human being. You feel like a whole new person, like you've been born again. That's probably your twin flame. And you're probably a twin flame. Something else you might notice is the sudden urge to release things that are not for you. You may just really want to get rid of them. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to smoke anymore. I don't want to drink anymore. I feel called to stop doing certain things. You might also pick up on symptoms emerging where it starts to feel like you're more than one person. And that's that energy, like I was saying before, like feeling like a whole new person because your beings are merging together and you're becoming one. Now, this might hurt if you're not in like alignment with each other and you start to feel like there's this other body like trying to squeeze into yours. That doesn't feel good, right? You don't think that's going to feel good, do you? No. You're probably going to be having headaches, aches and pains, and weird muscle spasms going on and stiffness on one side. Like the right side is divine masculine, the left side is divine feminine. So just pay attention to what side you're feeling it on. Yeah, that's definitely a sign you're a twin flame, or you've met your twin flame and now you guys are merging together. You're feeling weird sensations in your feet, like, and in your body, like somebody's crawling into you. Like, yeah, it gets real in the field. You also might begin to just have clarity on your path and you're just feeling like, I realized that this was my twin flame. You're starting to realize and awaken to who you are, who this person is. First, you got to realize who you are. You're probably not going to realize who the person is unless you happen to watch this video first, and then you're going to be like, oh, shit. But either way, you're going to be having all of a sudden I'm feeling kind of sick. All of a sudden I'm having these headaches. All of a sudden I'm having blurred vision. But I'm telling you, when you're aligned and you start having those ascension symptoms, and you and your twin are going the same path, it's gonna feel really good. It's gonna feel like, whoa, I'm floating. Like, oh my gosh, my everything is balanced. Everything is aligned. I can literally, all my senses are heightened. All my spiritual gifts are heightened. It's a nice feeling. Signs you're a twin flame, number 5. Last part I'm going to cover is one that I haven't heard anyone else talk about at all, which is astrological aspects. Now, I'm not about to sit here and get into all the different transits and how those apply in the synastry, but just know that one of the main signs that within your birth chart that you are a twin flame or you have a twin flame is going to be that there are some mirrored aspects with your twin. You guys have some mirrored aspects, some mirrored houses, some mirrored signs, some harmonious synastry. And that's if you know who your twin flame is. So having a similar Chiron is a sign that you could be linked up with your twin flame. That's not the only sign, okay? So, just because you have a similar Chiron, that doesn't mean, oh my gosh, that's my twin. There's so many other things to look at. And like I said, there's so many other aspects to look at within the synastry that I can't cover here. But having a similar Chiron is important because Chiron is how you heal. This is how you're able to heal your dynamic, heal yourself individually, and how your twin is able to heal themselves. So that's an important aspect. Then you also having a similar rising, because it's literally your personality, your being, the person that you are. How people see you, how you are exhibited to the world. So this is your first house. That's an important aspect as well. Then you've got, of course, your 8th house, where Pluto is and where Scorpio is, and that's where things are changing frequently. So having a similar 8th house. Having a similar Uranus is another important aspect, because Uranus is another planet that has to do with major changes and shifts and a lot of high frequency dynamics. And it's a very unique area to have a similar placement in. Also having a yod in, so outside of having similarities with your twin, having your own placements, having these things in your own placements is important too. So you and or your twin having a yod placement in your chart is a good sign that you are a twin. Having a yod placement, one, is very rare and unique. It's not the only sign. It doesn't mean, oh, not a twin because I don't have a yod, but it does symbolize that when you have one, you're probably for sure a twin, because that is a rare placement to have in your chart. It's even more important to see that your twin your yod has your twin sun, moon, or rising in it. Yod is also known as the finger of God. So this is literally intricate, detailed challenges and lessons particularly placed in your chart for you to overcome to be able to get to a more high frequency or a high vibrational place. So you basically have to learn these things so that you can be in abundance or be in a place where things are actually going good for you. Sounds pretty twin flame-ish, ain't it? Air being the mental aspect of things, as well as fire Having those significant aspects and dominant aspects in your chart, like sun, moon, rising, stelliums, yod. Having heavy retrogrades in your chart is another good sign that you're a twin flame. That's actually pretty rare as well, to have a lot of them, to have like 4 or more retrogrades in your chart. It's not rare to have like one, but to have 4 or more, that's pretty rare. You're probably a twin flame. You've got some dynamics that are there to teach you some lessons. Also, having a similar Saturn as your twin is something that is another sign that that's your twin flame, or you're a twin flame. You both are a twin flame. Saturn is a planet about truth and about karma, so it definitely represents those past lives that you share with your twin. Having a similar north node and south node also is a good sign that that's your twin flame, because north node and south node directly represent your life purpose, and that being associated to your past lives and your Akashic records. Having a grand trine in water or air is a good sign that you're a twin flame, given that it's directly related to emotions and the mental relationship between the two twin flames. Having a stellium in the 7th, 11th, or 12th house is really powerful. A really powerful sign that you are a twin flame, because 7th house directly connects to karmic situations, relationships. Karma is not always bad, so when I say karmic, I'm just saying whatever it is that you've experienced, that you are learning lessons in, or that you are reaping what you sowed in, and that could be something good. Okay, so I'm not karmic. When I use that word, I'm not using it to be negative. It's just the pattern. That's what that is. And the 11th house is directly related to friendships and relationships, also Uranus. And again, that's just that very rare energy to have a stellium in that placement of the 11th house. 12th house is another rare placement of having a stellium, and this is about mystery and the unknown and the unseen realms. So those are some important aspects. Having a grand cross anywhere is a good sign that you're a twin flame, because it's automatically the provoker of any grand trines you have anywhere, or any other placements you have that would be good. It's the provoker to have you jump over some more obstacles, like okay, but if both of your charts are making trines when you bring them together, that's a good sign that's your twin flame. It's also a good sign that's your twin flame if your charts are making grand crosses or yods together. And lastly, if you have Venus trine or conjunct Jupiter, or Jupiter trine or conjunct Venus in either of your charts, or especially when it's in both of your charts. If you have one in your chart, then you're probably a twin flame. You definitely could be. If you and your twin or potential twin both have them in your charts as synastry, and they're like Venus trine Jupiter is your synastry, is your exact aspects, or Jupiter trine Venus or conjunct Venus, then it's a good chance that that's your twin and you're a twin flame. Also, I do offer natal chart readings for synastry reports, and to look at your charts in the more detailed aspects of the grand trine, the yod, the grand cross, and more. So check that out in the description below. All right, that's it. I didn't want to make this long. I just wanted to give you guys some of what I could give you in one sitting. One of the most important things to note about being a twin flame is that you'll know. It's just a feeling, and you really can't shake it, even if you try to be like, I'm not doing that dynamic, I'm not doing it, nope. Because I was one of those people. You're not going to be able to fight feeling it and knowing it. It's just an inner knowing that's the most important one. But I'll continue to give more information as I go along about the twin flame journey and signs and symptoms and things that you could be experiencing. All right, so until next time, make sure you like, comment, tell me how this resonates, tell me what you think, tell me your thoughts, tell me if you're a twin flame, do you have any of those placements, have you experienced any of these things? Let me know in the comments. Make sure that you subscribe and hit that notification bell to be notified and kept up on this twin flame journey stuff. All right, till next time, peace.